The following content does not reflect the opinions of Fox Sports Radio because this show is god-awful.
All right.
Yo.
Coming to you live from Philly. It's the number one rated Paulie Tony Fusco Show.
Yo.
As always, Paulie Fusco here with Tony Fusco and Tony.
Yo.
Huge show today. You know, we're going to tell you why that terrible Lions-Cowboys game exposed an NFL rule that could destroy America as we know it.
Unbelievable.
And why Michigan got totally screwed in the college football playoff even though they won.
Yeah, completely unfair. Totally unfair to them.
Every NFL coach should be on the hot seat. We'll explain that. It's going to be totally obvious. But first, you know, as we told you, we are finalists for the Sports Podcast Awards.
Oh, yeah.
In the category of Best Sports Comedy. Even though the show is clearly not a comedy. And you know, Tony, what we've been thinking, right, is that we think it's because people like how we make fun of the Cowboys.
Exactly, because they suck so bad.
No.
Why are you even talking?
It's an idiot producer. What?
Actually, it's just because they're laughing at you, not with you.
Well, I'm going to be shooting at you.
Yeah, and you know who's laughing at you? Every girl on Tinder. Oh, you're done. Get out of here.
Tony. You know, that probably locked up the trophy right there. But, you know, just in case,
that did it.
You out there, go click the link in the description of this episode or the show profile page and go vote now. All right, now turning to today's show. You know, Tony, this guy we're bringing on, he seems to get tickets to every major sporting event. He was at the Super Bowl last year. Now he was at the Rose Bowl. This guy's probably spending thousands of dollars every day anyway.
Exactly.
We're going to tell you and him why the Rose Bowl was a travesty of a game. And the host of the Arash Markazi show, Arash Markazi, joining us.
And we're likely to Arash him from this show.
Can't wait for that, Tony. Anyway, right now, it's time for a word from our good friends at Stamps.com. If you're over the age of 85, then you know how important stamps are. Isn't that right, Tony?
Yeah. I mean, even younger people around age 65 need stamps. The other day, I saw my Aunt Marie's boyfriend, Nunzio, mailing a huge stack of letters at the post office. I said, Nunzio, you must be tired from licking all those stamps. And he said, no, I'm tired from licking your aunt's Actually, you know what? Let's just move on.
Let's just move on anyway.
Let's
go
just
to
keep going.
Stamps.com, enter the promo code Fusco, and get a complimentary red mailbox flag when you purchase 100,000 stamps or more. What a deal.
Wow.
Stamps.com. There you go.
Another check in the mail.
Right, let's get right into it, Tony. Our top story.
Top story.
First out the gate, just a terrible and clearly fraudulent ending to the Lions-Cowboys game after the Lions saw a game-winning two-point conversion come off the board because the refs said the Lions offensive lineman, the guy who caught the pass, had not reported as an eligible receiver.
What is that?
Even though several replays showed he did.
Yeah, exactly.
And Tony, this situation has just exposed more corruption in the NFL officiating system, hasn't it?
Absolutely. If you ask me, there's a clear reason why the ref didn't know the Lions player was reporting. I bet it was because the Lions player knew he had to whisper because he knew the ref was wearing a microphone and knew the Cowboys were probably listening and hearing the play. We all know you got to be super careful with what you say these days because there are microphones everywhere. I mean, there's a microphone in front of me right now.
Frightening perspective there, Tony. And another thing, you know, why the hell does a player have to tell the ref that he's eligible to catch a pass?
No
clue.
clue.
To be perfectly frank, why is it only the fat guys on the field that have to do this? I mean, to me, this seems like straight up discrimination and fat shaming. I mean, is the NFL saying that these guys are just too fat to catch a football?
This is clear anti-fat guy bias.
Yup.
And here's another thing that concerns me. If we allow this rule in football, then what's next? Will point guards have to ask the referee if they can grab a rebound? Yep. Will tennis players have to ask the guy up in the chair if they can return a serve?
Yep.
when we fight wars, will our military generals have to clear it with other countries before we bomb them? This is a very dangerous and slippery slope.
Such great, thought-provoking questions there, Tony. And one more thing.
Thank you.
How come when a quarterback throws a pass forward, only a couple guys can catch it? But when he's hit as he's throwing, well, the ball goes up into the air and then everyone can catch it. To me, it seems like then you should always have one of your own players hit your quarterback from behind as they throw the ball, so that way anyone on the team can catch it.
I was thinking the same exact thing.
There you go. All right, moving to the Eagles, rumors are swirling that Nick Sirianni could be on the hot seat after this season. Now, some people say, well, that's ridiculous because he's won 11 games and, can still win the division. But, Tony, these people are absolute morons, aren't they?
Yeah, 11 wins used to be a lot of wins, but not anymore. First of all, you have to adjust for game inflation. There's an extra game now, so it's really 10 wins. And when you think about it, week 1 doesn't really count because nobody's ready, so it's really 9 wins. And, the Giants and Commanders suck this year, so really, this is just a 5-win team when you think about it.
I hate to say it, but that was 100% true, Tony. And, frankly, if you ask me, any coach who doesn't go 17-0 should be on the hot seat. I mean, if you don't demand perfection, well, you're not going to get perfection. Isn't that right, Tony?
100%. In fact, the other day I checked my Powerball ticket and I saw I hit all 5 white numbers but missed the red Powerball. So you know what I did? I took that ticket and I threw it in the trash because I'm in it to win it all. I will accept nothing less than perfection, and so should the Eagles.
Such a respectable and admirable decision there, Tony. And now moving to a big controversy on the Pat McAfee show. Aaron Rodgers, in the middle of an interview, came out and claimed that late-night host Jimmy Kimmel would be on the list of names of Jeffrey Epstein clients. And when Jimmy Kimmel asked for an apology, Pat McAfee defended Aaron Rodgers by saying that he was, quote, just talking shit. And you got to see where Pat McAfee's coming from here, Tony, don't you? Because this happens all the time, doesn't it?
All the time. In fact, the other day, I said Dak Prescott isn't doing anything to stop illegal immigration because he's clearly part of a vast heroin smuggling ring. And then this moron I was talking to got angry and asked if I had any proof. And I said, I was just talking shit.
Yeah, you were just talking shit, like
exactly,
the other day,
just having some fun.
I was talking to someone about Brock Purdy, and I said, he's from San Francisco, so he probably shoots fentanyl mixed with heroin into unwanted babies, and also shits in the street. And then this guy, he got all angry at me, and he said, where's your proof? And I was like, I was just talking shit,
we're just talking shit.
Relax.
Come on. Relax.
Come on, happens all the time.
Unbelievable. Anyway,
let's just move on to
let's just keep
college
going.
football, where Michigan may have beaten Alabama in the semifinal there, but they still got screwed. And the reason is clearly is that Michigan had the number 1 seed. Well, the whole point of getting the number 1 seed is that you get to play a shitty team.
There you go.
Michigan should have gotten to play FSU instead of Alabama because FSU is clearly the shittier team. And instead of winning by 60 or 70, poor Michigan had to waste energy going in overtime. That's not fair at all, is it, Tony?
Not at all. In college basketball, the number 1 seed gets to play a team that won about 8 games and barely knows how to play basketball. Then they get to win by 70 or 80 points in a totally boring game that's over 2 minutes into the first half. That is fairness.
Great point, Tony. And now something we do have to get to, a special update here. This is breaking pickleball news.
Wow.
Breaking pickleball news.
All right, well, this reportedly happened a month ago, but I guess pickleball news is slow or something because nobody cares. Well, that isn't until now, right, Tony?
What happened?
Because This kinda just in, Super Bowl hero Nick Foles just added another notch to his Hall of Fame resume. He won gold medals in the men's doubles and mixed doubles pickleball championships at the PPA finals in San Clemente in December. Congratulations to Nick Foles. And Tony, your reaction?
I'm just floored. You know, now that Nick Foles is a champion at pickleball, he's entered the most hallowed category in all of sports, the two-sport athlete. Yep. He now joins the short list of Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders. And, you know, frankly, Nick Foles' accomplishments are actually more impressive. Yep. Baseball and football have been around forever. You have so much time to learn those sports. Yep. But Foles mastered pickleball in just a few months, proving once again why he's the superior athlete.
There you go, Tony, and congratulations once again to Mr. Nick Foles.
Congrats, Nick Foles.
I'd definitely love to talk about that more, but guest is coming on the line, so let's bring him on the Fusco Satellite Network.
Fusco Satellite Network.
All right, this guy hosts the Arash Markazi show, where he apparently spends hours each day talking about how much he has a hard-on for the Lakers and Cowboys. At least that's what we've been told, since we'll never waste our time listening to that show. Right. Anyway, let's just bring him on here. Arash Markazi, welcome back to the show.
Welcome back.
What a pleasure. I mean, I think it's my third or fourth time. I am a friend of the show now, but although I can't say that myself. You have to say that. But
more
let's not push it. We'll see.
You're getting ahead of yourself. Yeah. You're not making friends with that.
Yeah, you're putting the horse inside the cart.
Look,
just
first,
relax.
Of course, we have to discuss the biggest news, the breaking news you just heard about. Of course, Nick Foles winning 2 pickleball gold medals.
Unbelievable.
Now officially a two-sport athlete like Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders. Arash, your reaction.
Anything Nick Foles does, I'm supporting. I'm a fan of the underdog. What a great story, Nick.
Wouldn't you say that, it's actually more impressive than what Bo and Deion did? Because, baseball and football, they've been around forever. Yeah. But, you got tons of time to learn it. Yeah. But, pickleball, that's new. I mean, look how fast he dominated.
Yeah, I mean, listen, 20 years from now, we could be talking about pickleball being a major sport. So he's ahead of his time, Mr. Nick Foles.
Wow. Okay. Arash trying to kiss ass. We like it, though. Okay.
See, he's
very
trying
good.
to walk it back. He wants so much to be a friend of the show. That
exactly.
I think he's just
kissing
ass. Into that. Anyway. All right. Let's get to why you're here. Right. You were at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
Such a terrible game, right?
Horrible,
and such a bad look for the playoff committee. Clearly Michigan got screwed here because they were the 1 seed. The whole point of being a 1 seed is that you get to play a shitty team. FSU was clearly the shittier team than Alabama and should have been in the playoff. Don't you agree?
Wait, I thought it was a fantastic game. Are you saying that you don't like Michigan playing a...
It was horrible.
Poor Michigan. They had to go into overtime when they should have been up by 60 at that point.
They won, and it was a fantastic overtime game, a classic Rose Bowl, New Year's Day. I mean, a slice of Americana there in Pasadena.
Are you kidding me? Wouldn't it have been more fun if Michigan was playing Florida State and they were up by 70 in the second quarter and everyone's partying?
It.
That would be fun for who? Who would
for
that
fairness, people who appreciate fairness, unlike you. What's the point of having a 1 seed if in college basketball, Michigan would have played, go yourself international.
Yeah.
I thought we got a great night of football there. Rose Bowl, Sugar Bowl, both coming down to the last play. I don't understand how you could watch that.
He doesn't get it. Let's just keep moving.
Yeah, he
doesn't understand.
This is the kind of analysis you get on the Arash Markazi show. Yeah, everything's great, people. Everything's wonderful. All right, well, look, we'll try you again in college football. The
let's
other
stick
big
with college
story,
football.
Of course, Arash. These bowl game sit-outs. Players skipping these games for fear of injury. Important games like the Pop-Tarts Bowl, the famous Idaho Potato Bowl.
Yeah.
Don't you think this is an embarrassment to our country? I mean, imagine if soldiers sat out World War II. We'd probably be in captivity right now. How embarrassed are you by this behavior?
Listen, when we go to the 12-team playoff, I think that's even going to be worse for these Pop-Tarts Pop-Tarts Bowl and stuff like that.
Clearly you're very familiar with it. Can't even pronounce
Unbelievable.
Pop-Tart. Hard to say there, Tony. I mean, I hate to ask you to pronounce a 5-letter word. Might trip you up.
Yeah.
What does it matter to you if a guy sits out the Pop-Tarts Bowl? I mean, does it hurt?
Because it's his duty to his team.
Yeah. What about loyalty and respect?
If I'm an NFL scout and I see a person abandoning his team like that, he's off my board.
He's out. No. See you in the UFL.
Yeah. Listen, these guys have better things to do than play in the Idaho Potato Bowl and the Pop-Tarts Bowl. The playoff, the Rose Bowl, Sugar Bowl, Fiesta Bowl, Cotton Bowl, championship game, those games matter. The Pop-Tarts Bowl, come on, guys. What are we doing?
Wow. It's amazing they give you tickets to any game after that kind of terrible answer.
You should be 86th from all the bowl games.
You're gonna have a very empty December next year, Arash. All right, let's move on.
Your schedule's clear.
Aaron Rodgers, as you know, in very hot water over the comments he made on the Pat McAfee show. He claimed that Jimmy Kimmel could be on the Epstein list when it turned out he wasn't. Now, Pat McAfee came out and defended Aaron Rodgers, and he said, hey, he's just talking shit.
Yeah,
right?
just talking shit.
Tony, give him that example.
Arash, the other day, I told some guy that Dak Prescott is doing nothing to stop illegal immigration in Texas because he's part of a vast heroin smuggling ring. Isn't that just talking shit?
Yup.
No. I think there is a difference between trash talking and insinuating that someone is a criminal of some sort. I think there's a fine line there, and I think we can figure out where that line is. I think Aaron Rodgers crossed that line, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, but what do you call journalism? How are you supposed to know what he's doing unless you ask the questions?
Isn't journalism just essentially talking shit?
Right. Is Brock Purdy injecting babies with heroin? I don't know. I just don't know. Got to investigate.
The great thing about a document is you can actually read the entire document, which is what journalists did. And guess whose name was not on those documents? Was Jimmy Kimmel.
But we didn't know that until they came out. In all fairness,
Yeah.
What Aaron Rodgers says. By the way, this is not a former Philadelphia player of some sort. So you guys shouldn't care. I don't know why he has a platform every week on that show.
Oh, you're jealous. That's why you're
this
jealous.
Is the biggest audience he's ever had now.
He's jealous.
So you gotta
exactly.
understand.
Yeah, he doesn't get it. Anyway,
let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Cowboys. Ugh. You're reportedly a Dallas Cowboys homer, as we know. We don't listen to your show, but we've been told. Don't you feel that the win over the Lions was tainted because of that nonsensical rule that a lineman can't catch a pass from the quarterback? I mean, don't you think linemen should be able to catch passes on every play? Because, to me, this is just an example of discrimination, Arash. They're basically saying the overweight guys are not good enough to catch. Isn't that terrible?
No, listen, I think the defense has the right to know who is an eligible receiver. And if they don't know, if it wasn't announced, if the referee didn't make that clear to the defense, he's ineligible. And at the end of the day,
why should the defense get the advantage? Hey, defense, this is what the offensive play is going to be. Isn't that unfair to the defense?
No, you guys are watching enough football to know that they will say number 79 is eligible. Number 79 is eligible. They didn't do that before the play. So the defense is saying this guy's an offensive lineman. He can't catch that. He can catch a pass if they say he is eligible to catch it.
Yeah, but it's a very slippery slope. You got to admit.
It's a slippery slope, Arash.
Will generals in the military have to ask before they bomb a country? It's very slippery slope,
bro.
That's fine. I think that was the correct call.
Yeah, of course you do. You have completely non-biased judgment.
Yeah, exactly. Mr. Cowboys.
Yeah. All right, anyway, look, let's talk Eagles.
Let's talk about a real team here.
Although I'm afraid to do that here. All right, people are saying Nick Sirianni should be on the hot seat, even though he's won 11 games this year, and we totally 100%
he should be on the hot seat.
Don't you think every coach who doesn't go 17-0 should be on the hot seat? I mean, if you think about it, if you don't demand perfection, you won't get perfection. Don't you agree?
Yeah. I don't know why you would fire or even put him on a lukewarm seat. He's not on a hot seat. He's not even.
He didn't go 17-0.
Oh, come on! What the last team to go undefeated during the regular season? How did their season play out? The New England Patriots. We both know how that season played out.
Yup, and finally Belichick's going to get fired for that.
He's getting his comeuppance.
You're a Cowboys fan. What about the one thing Jerry Jones did right in his whole career? He fired Jimmy Johnson because winning the Super Bowl wasn't enough. The Cowboys lost. They lost 4 games that year, and Jerry was like, what are we celebrating? We lost 4 games. You're through. Get out of here.
Worst decision ever. I mean, that he had a team that won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. They haven't won anything since.
No. You want to know what the worst decision ever was?
Yeah.
The worst decision was having you back on this show.
Yeah, that was the worst decision.
Arash? You're Arash from this show. You're off the show.
You're off the show.
You don't even know anything. No wonder you're so bad. You don't expect perfection. You're an imperfection.
Done. Perfection is when you're leaving the show.
Go get tickets to something else. This show. Is he off the line?
Jay, hang up the phone.
You know, we are never having that clown on the show again, Tony.
Yeah, I've heard of kamikaze. That was a kamikaze.
Oh, good one there, Tony. You know, way to bring it up a notch after that. And,
here we go.
Great way to close out the show.
He's not going to ruin the show.
Let's
go out on a high note.
Stamps.com.
Yeah.
Wait, whoa, hold on.
If it isn't someone,
Jay.
I'd like to send non-return mail out of the country.
Yeah, what do you want?
Corrections.
What? Hurry up.
You said after the Lions-Cowboys game that every player on the field should be an eligible receiver all the time.
Yeah, bro, totally.
Yeah, it would improve the game.
No, it would ruin the game. You could only have a few eligible receivers at a time.
Oh, yeah? Well, you're eligible to receive my knife.
Yeah, and you know who's always an eligible receiver? Your mother. Oh, you're done.
Great one, Tony.
We're finished.
You said FSU should have been in the college football playoff because they were worse than Alabama.
Yeah, they screwed Michigan, bro.
Yeah, the number 1 seed deserved the easier opponent.
But that makes no sense. The best 4 teams should be in the playoff. That's the whole point.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm going to point my gun at your balls.
Yeah, and there's going to be a hole in your body. Oh, we're done. Let's get out of here. No more.
By the way, Tony, you said you threw away a Powerball ticket that matched 5 white numbers.
Yeah, bro. No participation trophies. Winners only.
Yeah, bro.
That ticket was a winner. If you match 5 white numbers, you win $1 million. So you just threw away $1 million.
Oh, yeah? Well, you know what else I'm going to throw away? Your burned corpse.
Yeah. You know what I need more than $1 million? For you to shut the fuck up. Oh, he's done. He's soaking his
See, we're the real winners. And just to prove it, guess who's coming on the show next week, Tony?
Who?
Yeah, Super Bowl hero, Eagles legend, and now 2-sport athlete, Nick Foles will be here. Hey,
we get to talk pickleball with the master.
The Sports Podcast Awards. We'll
go vote for us.
You know, whatever.
Tell your friends and family to vote.
Follow, visit our merch store.
Yeah, buy all the merch.
Buy all the merch.
Yeah.
And hey, Tony, great job as always.
Same to you, Paulie. Another flawless show.
There you go. We'll see you people next week.
See ya.